Alright, cool. This is the Born Free podcast. Please remember to subscribe, rate, and review on Soundcloud, iTunes, and YouTube. This is Kicking Balls 11. Yes, it is. Last week was 10. This is Kicking Balls 11. Siobhan is shaking her head. That's why
I'm sure
kinda
it's Kicking
speaking.
Balls 12.
No ways. It's 11. Last week was 10.
Check the numbers.
I don't have the same book here with me today.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's in my car.
No, I'm
Because all of
confident.
you stood on it yesterday, so it needs to get wiped.
Yeah, we can put money on this. It's 11. Okay, we can't put money on it because obviously there's technicalities. But
Exactly. I bet you it's 12.
Kicking Balls 11. What's up, guys?
Yo, what's up? How you
Hey.
doing? How's
What's
everyone doing?
going on?
I kind of want to
So
thank
much fun
Siobhan
with
for
you guys
yesterday.
yesterday.
Yesterday being Wednesday, we record this on a Thursday. We record this on a Wednesday, but
Yeah.
yesterday
Today's
was
Thursday.
quite dope. Thanks.
No,
for
yesterday was dope.
Thank you,
you're welcome,
Siobhan.
guys.
I was even-
I had so much fun.
I told even my little bro, I was like,
Also, maybe we
imagine-
should tell people what we did.
Yeah, that'd be
Because
good.
now
I
they
went
like, what
to
did
the
we do?
stadium for the first time in 5 years.
Is it?
No, 6 years. For the first time in 6
Jeez,
years.
Lando Stadium,
Yeah.
Pirates versus
Sundowns.
Sundowns.
I won't lie. I told my little bro, I was like, imagine me going to like a PSL match in a long time, and I see that one with so
That
much
was a good
drama,
game. Yeah, it was a
good
very
goals
Such a
as well.
great
I was
game.
like, that
Can
game
I
was
just tell you
dope.
guys, like, the last, I'm going to say almost 3-4 years, PSL matches have become incredible. Like, besides the fact, yeah, watching it on TV is one thing, but being in the atmosphere and sitting with fans and in the stadium,
Yeah, that
it's,
felt good.
It's something else. And not just that, but the level of football has increased remarkably.
reckon?
Yes.
I kind of think
Look
it's a
at two of
perspective
the goals
thing.
that we only saw one because you guys
Yeah.
made us late, and we only watched half the second half.
Oh, my
But look
fault.
at the two goals that we would have
Yeah,
seen
those were
yesterday.
good quality goals. But I also think it's because from that perspective, like live foot being there, it kind of
Yeah.
like if I was watching that on TV, I wouldn't probably get 25% of that excitement that I
Exactly.
had watching it live.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
I encourage everyone to go and watch a live PSL match
I might actually
in the
just do it
stadium
again, just for the.
just once in your life and see how addictive it is. Like I'm such an advocate for watching live sport in stadiums. It feeds my soul, so if it makes me happy, it should make you guys
yeah,
happy.
so that's the reason.
I
that
think
we're
one is
actually
talking from
doing
the
late.
food aspect, but anyway, so
The food
as
was
I
lit
was-
too.
As I was saying,
The
is
food was lit as
well.
I've never ever been
That was
to a
actually very-
stadium and eaten quesadillas as stadium food.
That was
Never.
quite lit. The food service was dope. Like
Yeah.
Siobhan hooked it up. It was like on
Yeah.
some VIP.
Yeah,
shit.
we
It
also
was-
did VIP. So shout out to stadium management. You guys are incredible.
Yeah,
I
so
really,
if
really
you
love working
want to
with
know
you guys.
why the podcast is late, blame Siobhan.
Yes.
But we're not blaming her.
We're not blaming her,
I'm
we
not
thank
blaming
her.
her
That was
for
it.
nothing.
We're not blaming
Like,
her.
we could do it again, fam. Like,
We
I don't mind
record it
it
on
being
Thursdays
late.
every week, bro.
I don't
We
mind
can
it being
record.
late.
You can get this late every week, basically.
Yo, I don't mind it being late, fam, but
All right, so let's move to week 10 of the Premier League.
Oh, wait. Before we do this, can I put it out there that at least once a month, the four of us will go watch a live game?
facts.
And let's
Facts.
actually record the podcast
Yes, like we were supposed to
Rather-
do yesterday.
like we were supposed to do. We did,
But
but
the batteries were done.
yeah, dololo
batteries
We're
with
also
Galore.
going to
dololo preparation. It
Yeah,
was
like
just,
proper vlog it and...
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, we
go
can
all in.
production
Take
value.
you with us.
That would be dope. That would be dope. So week 10 of the Premier League
What a week.
goals.
What?
When I'm just looking at the results, goals.
Goals.
Yeah, not a
Quite
single,
a lot of
Not
goals.
a single game had a nil.
Yeah, quite a lot of goals.
Yo, that
Shall
was
we start with the
Performance?
the,
I feel like
the
it was
first
so
game?
long ago.
Gonna go
You're
with the
eager
first
to get
game.
into this first.
Well, hey.
Why, my man?
Okay, let's
Okay, Jude, what was the
stop.
first game?
Before we get to the first game, performance of the week.
Performance
Oh,
of
we're
the
starting
week.
there.
I think
For me,
ooh,
performance of the week.
I'm going to give it to Leicester.
2-0 Everton.
Yeah.
Okay.
New
You know what I'm
manager Claude Puel and
I have to give it to
Liverpool.
my favorite side of this manager, the evil Mourinho.
That's
You know in
what it is,
Tekken?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you get-
Kazuya.
exactly. Then you get the
Kazuya,
evil.
yeah.
I have to give it to Mourinho.
Okay.
I like they didn't perform that great, but just the result and like
And
his
what he
little
did at the
celebration at the end. Classic
That was a
Mourinho.
Quiet,
performance.
everyone.
Classic Mourinho. So yeah, first game, United Spurs. No Kane. I guess it's
I
fair
wouldn't
to
lie.
say that as well.
Yeah.
For me, to be
Would it- I
honest,
think it would have been a
with-
different game.
Totally
with
different
Kane.
game.
when they announced that Kane was off, I was like,
Kind
United
of change
are
the
not
perspective
losing.
of it.
United, they're either drawing the game or they're winning the game, but they're not losing the game. I was like,
Starting off, it was like kind of not necessarily classic Mourinho, but more
It
like more
was.
boring
It was
Mourinho.
boring. The first half was
Yeah.
really boring.
Like really nothing
I nodded
happening.
off for a minute or two.
First half, nothing really happening.
but to be fair, like United had chances.
United
too,
had
right?
chances.
You know, I was like surprised. I was like,
But it
man.
was what we kind of expected in the room. Like it's not gonna be full out like attacking.
yeah.
But you know what's sad? Like for me, like that's the sad part about Tottenham per se. Like there's a chance, you know, to actually like hit United again, and then
There
like,
was.
they missed it, bruh. Dude, and I feel like Spurs will always be that side.
I
That
ki-
missed
Says
ki-
the
opportunities.
Arsenal fan.
I think because remember we're recording this after the Champions League Spurs beating
No,
Real
Madrid.
Madrid, yeah.
So I mean
But
I wouldn't
With
say they would
Kane
always
back,
be
eh?
that
there
side.
will be not for me. For me, what I've seen, I feel like it's always that side.
I-
They missed the opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. I think another thing about sorry to cut you off, but another thing about Spurs, I've always thought that I don't think they believe they belong in that top four.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
Pochettino
they-
actually said today yesterday in his post-match, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
In his post-match, I was listening to it earlier on for work, that he now thoroughly believes that the top four includes Spurs.
They should.
And they have earned their right to be one of the top flight clubs
Absolutely.
in Britain or in
Absolutely.
England. So, and I agree with him. I think gone are the days where they were just there with Everton underlying, and it's changed the traditional English Premier
Yeah,
League.
definitely.
So we need to start taking
Because
it
I feel like
seriously.
it's no longer top.
It's not a
four.
top four
No, it's a top
necessarily.
six.
It's a top
Traditionally, yeah.
six. I think that's where the Premier League is heading.
And I think when I say believe, I think they need to start showing, like Shakes is saying, like they really need to start showing it within the top clubs. Like beating Liverpool, statement.
yeah,
You get what I'm
it's a
saying?
statement.
But
The
at the same
United thing
time-
was also up there to be like, we can actually do this consistently. I think
Yeah.
beating Madrid in midweek,
that's a statement.
that's a statement,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
and I
exactly.
think that will give the players confidence. Like we're actually a very good side.
Yeah,
like we're
And
actually contenders.
It'll make them feel like they belong not only in the Premier League but in
Yeah,
in Europe,
European elite.
across
Yeah.
Yeah,
Europe.
definitely. I think
One of the top teams.
I'm not jumping the gun and saying that they're there yet. Of course not.
Yes.
But I think they need to. They have the players. Like or they've top
The
three
potential is
best
there.
sides in the league. They definitely have the players. I think they need to start believing that they can actually compete for trophies, compete in the league. Like they belong in that top
And
three,
the moment
top
they
four.
start, then other people will, and other teams will.
Definitely.
Yeah, Tottenham need to win something. Like,
Tottenham
that's,
would-
that's
yeah,
what I'm
definitely.
saying is that like the whole loss to West Ham, like that's a Carabao Cup out the way, and you sort of think like Tottenham will probably not win the league.
Yeah, that's
And
a
then they'll
Carabao
probably not
Cup
wanna
that they
win
don't
anything this
necessarily
season.
need.
You probably need that.
No,
though,
and let me tell
bruh.
you why. Like Spurs is not a club in decline.
Yeah, it's not a club in decline.
It's a club that's progressing, right? And yes, you're right. They do need to win something eventually. But I'm saying like
Anything.
it's not a club that's going backwards. It's club that it's Spurs are doing what Liverpool should have been doing, like establish themselves as top three, right? For at least a couple seasons, 2-3 seasons,
But
right?
this is what I'm saying is that like you play Liverpool, you smash Liverpool 4-1, then you play West Ham, you lose 3-2. And then it's like you're losing the Carabao Cup, and you might think, okay, it's just the Carabao Cup after all.
Yeah.
And then you miss the opportunity against Man United. And I feel like if you win a trophy, it sort of gives you the spirit of like, okay, you can at least win
And that's-
something.
and that's
'Cause
still-
then Spurs-
Especially the League Cup because the final is in Jan. It
Ex-
gives you momentum to
True.
finish off the season.
you know what I'm saying? And for me,
True,
it's like
but remember,
Tottenham
guys-
might just be that side that doesn't win the League Cup, doesn't win the FA Cup, and they finish second every season.
I definitely agree, but Spurs are in the Champions League and Spurs are in the league. Those are not. It's not far fetched to think that Spurs can compete.
and
Yeah.
guess what?
You get what I'm saying? And
And still, there's still the FA Cup as
the
well.
FA Cup as well. Like it's
Exactly.
not far. If Pochettino's going out and telling his players that guys win the Champions League, we want to win it.
It's-
Like
I
that's-
don't think
I don't
that's
think the players
far-fetched.
look around and be like, look at this. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's something they can do. Like the league is is there. City, yes, are running away with it, definitely, but Spurs are there. We can
In the
have
words
a
of Arsene Wenger, it's still mathematically possible.
It's
more than
still
mathematically possible. It's possible
Always.
for them, right? It's just a matter of them believing that they can go to City and win, believing that they can go to Liverpool and win.
That's what I'm saying.
You get what I'm
they
saying?
need to do. You
They
know
need
what
to
I'm
just
saying?
do
They
that
need to
more
do it-
consistently.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying is that I haven't seen that.
And it's funny that we're
Since-
talking about them, but it's just they lost though.
and yeah, that's
I
what
feel
I'm
like
saying.
it's being like as if they won. No,
I
they
think
lost
it's
this
because
game.
the result is more surprising that they lost and not that United won.
I'm really not surprised. I thought that Mourinho was gonna win,
I really
and
wish
Mourinho
Harry Kane
needed
was
it
in the
more.
game.
Remember we were debating it.
I really think that if Kane wasn't injured and the way like injured on Thursday night, Friday
Yeah.
morning, like when it all came out, like
It
the
was-
day before, it plays so much mentally because
That's the best
they've
player.
literally
Lost their best player.
yes they've lost their best player and it's very much Harry Kane's Spurs side.
True.
You know,
True.
if he's not there, it's not the same Spurs. So
But
I
another
think
thing about
it's a little heartbreaking that he wasn't part of it.
it is, but another thing about
a
that
football fan
Spurs
perspective.
side is that they're much better without Kane. Not saying that they're a better side without Kane. I'm just saying they're much better without Kane than we give them credit for.
Oh, of course.
Right? There's
Kane does not
good
make that
players.
team.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
very good players. Like we saw last night, Ericsson, there's Dele Alli. Like
yeah.
there's very good play. Even Son coming off the bench. Like there's very
Son is
good
great.
players.
Son is one of the most underrated players. I
That's
think.
that's the number two. That's the number one, number two in the league. Like he's the number one, number two in the league as far as strikers. Well, he gives you more. He gives you a lot. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So that's a good side. It's just a matter of beating like a United or even getting a point. There's nothing wrong with getting a point at Old Trafford.
Yeah, like
guys.
if they got a point.
You know what I mean?
you know
Yeah,
what I'm
like
saying?
there's
But
nothing wrong with getting a
But it
point.
was
That's
also
why-
a late goal, guys. Like it's not like
Yeah,
United
true. It's not like they
scored,
weren't in the game.
Yeah, early in the second half, and then they sat back and they allowed Spurs to come at them. It was the 89th minute goal. Like it's a late goal, so
and it was a lapse in concentration.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
It was a lapse in concentration.
It was. Because I think at that particular point, if I remember I was watching the game, Spurs were actually kind of attacking in that game. Like the tide was kind of shifting a bit.
It
Martial
was, they
came
were,
on,
yeah.
changed the game a bit, but like Spurs were in the ascendance. Like it's
That's
you
what
know,
I'm
so
saying.
it's
Like,
like
even if you look at like Chelsea last season, the way they played, you know, beating United 4-0, and even going to City and winning that game.
you
it's
need
those
those.
games
Yes,
where
you need
like,
those games
You
that
gotta
are clear.
perform, fam, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like that opportunity to beat United at Old Trafford, plus considering the form that they were
Yeah.
in, was an opportunity.
Or an opportunity
fam,
to even get
and
a
you
point.
missed it. And for me, it's and I don't want to say this, but even the game last night against Real Madrid, for me, it showed me more that Real Madrid are like in trouble more than what Spurs are brilliant at.
I think it
because
was
for me,
both.
like I feel like if Arsenal played Real Madrid, I wouldn't be that scared too.
Yeah.
Against
Yeah,
that Real Madrid
But
side,
I think
I wouldn't be that
it's
scared.
remember that it's like it's a mentality thing. Like now you're managing feelings and you're managing moods, right? Beating Real Madrid is a huge.
It's huge.
boost.
Don't get me wrong.
Regardless of what Real Madrid is
that's
there.
one way to get over your Wembley.
Exactly. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Beating the champions
Yeah,
at home, that's a
and
boost.
that convincingly.
Exactly. You take it. You take that in the next home game, and that's a different
You
team. That's
build
a
on that
different side. You build
momentum.
on that momentum, right? And I think those results kind of help, right? It's just a matter of now doing it in the league, right? Okay, City, can you do it against City at Wembley? Right? Can you win at City? Can you get a point at the Etihad? It's just a matter of just like using that momentum to actually propel your side forward. Because, like I said, Spurs are a side that's progressing. They're not going backwards.
No, but that's for sure. But there's only so much time, man.
Anything on United side?
Jeez.
Jose Mourinho is brilliant with his substitutions.
They work.
all the
Yeah.
time.
They just work.
And also, why is he not starting?
Martial.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He started a few games.
He did, and then he got dropped.
and then he got
Yeah.
dropped.
He
I don't
started.
think he's a brilliant starter.
is,
Maybe.
he is your go-to scorer right now. He's scoring almost
But if
every
you could-
game for you. So
but if he's-
surely-
Is he sulking? It depends. If he's sulking on the bench, then he
anyone
has
with
a
Jose
problem.
Mourinho knows how to sulk, man. He teaches that in
Because he comes off the bench and he performs. Why,
Yeah.
why not have him on the bench?
Yeah.
If you know you can bring him off the bench and he can do something like that.
Like a Mishi Batshuayi sort of situation.
Exactly. Why
When
not?
Batshuayi starts, he's
It-
no.
it-
Yeah,
exactly.
Everybody knows that. Yes.
Right? Why
It
not
looks
have a
like
player like that off the bench, especially if he's going to score goals?
Exactly.
that. It looks like that.
That kind of makes sense for him.
So for United, man, I don't know how he does it, man. But every team he goes to, they just happen to just always work for him, bro. Like the players just always happen to like, I'll die for you, dude.
Scared.
They scared of Mourinho.
I think it's also like like I keep saying, like you look at if any team will welcome Mourinho just based on his accolades, just based on his CV. Does it like no one is gonna be like, yeah, I've heard rumors about him being this. You just look at what he's won. Like who doesn't want to be part of a Mourinho team?
I mean,
He wins everywhere.
it's not 100% yes for me.
It's not 100% yes, but I'm just saying,
yes
I'm just looking at
What he has.
those players, right? Apart from who, Pogba.
I guess because
Who else is like a winner, a top-notch winner? Okay, Ashley Young won it before, but like who else is like I've won things before?
Zlatan.
But apart from him as well.
Oh, so where is Zlatan? Is he still injured?
He's still injured.
he's
Yeah.
returning back though, no?
When is he coming? When does he come back?
I know he started training. So
It's Zlatan and Ashley Young and who else?
what
Who
winners?
won
Still
things.
Jones.
But
How it?
yeah, true.
If you're gonna put Ashley Young,
true, yeah,
you
true.
gotta
But
put Phil
but
Jones in
like
that
okay,
sentence.
cool. I'll put them. But who else though?
Juan
At
Mata.
Valencia?
What did he win? The league? Oh, you won the league.
Yeah, what did Ashley Young win?
Yeah, won the league. Okay, cool. But I'm just saying, from that group of, it's not a lot of players in there that have egos. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like Lukaku, fine, he scores goals, but he hasn't won anything. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like he's managing big egos like he was at Real Madrid. So it's not as hard, or even Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? It's not as hard for him. That's what. So I don't think players are looking at him like, okay, yeah,
Whatever.
They listen to him
whatever.
because he's won it all.
because he talks facts.
Yeah.
Like, I've done this. If you follow how I play, we can win something.
His post-match conference was brilliant. When they asked him why did he do that finger thing, he was just
What
on
did he
some, like,
say?
people must relax. People talk, must relax. Then they're like, yeah, but then what do you have to relax. People must just relax. I was like, yo, that was brilliant for me. I was like, that's probably a proper Mourinho that for me.
That's my favorite Mourinho of all time.
Yo,
actually.
that one, yes. It's that same one who did Inter with Barca, bro.
That's-
Yo,
favorite Mourinho ever.
Jesse, bro.
Cool. Next game, West Brom at home to Man City.
Oh, this
that could have been-
It was a good
it was
game,
exciting.
man. It was a good game, no?
City looked to struggle a little bit.
That midfield, like the midfield that Barry had, was disruptive. Very good. He had a good game. A very good game.
But I mean, City went 3-1 up.
Yeah, they went 3-1 up. It was a
Yes.
late one goal,
Okay,
like
yes.
late last
They
goal
went- they
for.
went-
But
3-1
they didn't look as convincing to me in this game.
I think that makes me scared of them more, because they didn't look convincing, but they scored 3 goals. Like that's scary.
Scary, bro.
Like, they-
that's scary.
Like, because that game was easier than it looks on. Like, as 3-2 on paper, you're like, okay, it wasn't that difficult. They just lapped. Otamendi made a mistake, I think. Otamendi made a mistake for the last goal.
For me to
So
be
it wasn't
fair,
really-
I'm still scared of City. Like,
That's what I'm saying. That
regardless
makes
of
me
that,
more scared.
Everyone
Like,
this
I'm
season
still
is scared
scared.
of City.
I'm still scared of City, fam.
Even
like,
Jose Mourinho scared of City.
I'm
That's the
still
game
scared.
I want to see.
Yeah, we talk about it every week.
Yeah,
we
But
talk about it.
to be fair, guys, if Mourinho manufactures something in that game,
I wouldn't be
this guy
surprised if he
is
does.
Brilliant.
I wouldn't
Like,
be surprised if he does.
that guy.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he does.
But I think the pressure, like, because everyone's now comparing City to the Invincibles and asking them if this is going to be their season, because they haven't dropped points as yet.
Yeah, I haven't done it.
So, or they haven't lost, I mean. So they just, and I think that might be getting to them because they keep brushing it off. But
But they keep winning.
yeah,
But to be fair, they spoke
It's
like
been
that
what?
about you guys, no?
9
Yeah,
weeks,
Chelsea.
Win.
10
No,
weeks.
But Chelsea had lost.
No, we lost
Games
against
early.
Arsenal
Yeah,
and
they lost
Liverpool
games
in
way
the
early.
early.
Who was they talking about? The
Wasn't
Invincibles just
Chelsea.
recently, man.
Wasn't
Wins.
Chelsea
Oh,
They
the
spoke recently about
invincible?
Oh wait, you about that 12 games in a row win.
Yes, that was
Yes,
yeah,
okay, that was
the
comparing the
record.
Invincibles.
Yeah,
Yes,
the-
yes, okay.
but we
But
had
undefeated?
lost. But we
Yeah.
had
But you
lost.
lost early
We
like,
lost
against
Yeah.
Liverpool. They lost against
Liverpool
yeah,
and
against-
Arsenal.
Yeah.
as well.
So was it?
Yes,
I don't think that's far fetched. Why not? Look at the City. Look at the City.
I wouldn't be
team.
surprised.
Yeah, like I
wouldn't
wouldn't
be
I
surprised.
won't lie. I would love to give them the Invincibles tag, but there's
Nah, you
just
can't
one-
give them
there's-
yet.
There's
You
gonna
can't
be
give it to them.
there's gonna
Nah.
be one game where they're gonna start. I just feel like that.
But
And it's
it-
going to be like
And
against
it's
the
gonna
Stoke
be
or
like a
something.
Watford or
but
something.
Yeah.
my problem is how City are playing. Their starter is a 3-3 draw. I don't
Fair
see their
enough.
starter being like
Like a
like
1-0
a
loss.
1-0 loss.
I
Like
can see a loss.
there's
too.
goals in
They're
here.
always
They're
gonna
scoring
score
enough goals
They're
to
scoring-
let the
yeah,
opposition
that's
score
what I'm-
enough goals not to
exactly,
beat them.
that's-
But at some point, Liverpool was scoring goals like that too, guys.
But that's
like,
what
and then your guys lost at some point.
I agree. But
Like,
I'm saying the way City are scoring goals.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's-
City are
it's
scoring
way
goals.
That's
Don't get
way
me wrong.
different. You know what I'm
From
saying?
from the way you guys were scoring goals at some point.
We weren't scoring goals like this.
Yeah, no, it is way.
Nah, we weren't
Way.
scoring goals like this, bro.
It is
way.
We weren't putting teams away 7,
Yeah,
6,
7, but
5.
you're putting 4, 3, 5,
Yeah, but
5
not
fours.
not consistently.
5
Like
fours.
not as consistent as
No,
City.
but
No
what we're
ways.
saying is
City
that
are
if
consistently scoring
anyone
3 goals every
since-
game.
I'm just saying, like, if anyone since the Invincibles had a shot at doing it,
It was-
again,
it's Man City.
it's Man
It's
City
Man
this
City.
season.
Like it's obviously Man City.
yeah,
Man.
and this season, like in their current form.
I think if they
Chelsea came close. That
Yeah,
was like in
I think if they
2005, isn't it?
if they do slip up, it's
Against
'Cause, like-
Jose
like-
Mourinho in a 95th
yeah, it
penalty
has to be
shit
more
thing,
about
yeah.
it has to like that's what I'm saying. Like it scares me that they beat West Brom 3-2 like easily without playing the best football. So if they do slip up, it's they're not playing the best football, and the opposition manager and players are brilliant.
I feel like they're gonna slip up.
Yeah, of course, I feel like that too. But I'm saying it's gonna be something huge.
You know, the
Right? It's
thing-
like Tottenham playing 100%, Pochettino getting his substitutions 100%, and City playing.
It's one of
Very
the
bad.
magical, like, if everything works out.
It
for
has
the
to, yeah, it
moment.
has to work out because
You know what's funny?
there's
I
goals
don't,
everywhere.
I don't see it being a big side that does it.
I don't see it being a big
Yeah, I
side
don't see
either,
it
but
a
I'm
big
just
side
saying
that does it.
exactly. But even
Yeah, I
even
don't
with
see it's a
Huddersfield,
big side that
everything
does it.
has to click, right? I'm
Yes,
saying if
of course.
everything
But
has to.
I think it's gonna be a small side, but it's gonna be one of those everything didn't click for City.
That's what I'm
rather-
saying, and as well,
No,
it clicked for the other
yeah, but not
team.
as much. It just, I think it's more of City missed
It didn't click,
millions of
but
chances.
it didn't click for City this weekend.
And they
That's what I'm
still
saying.
won.
They won 3-2. That's what, it really
It
didn't
must
click.
It must click less. Let's do less clicks.
it mustn't click.
It mustn't click at all, fam.
Okay, next. Anything about West Brom? I think that's the second
good.
defeat on
I
the
actually
pounds.
made them my hero of the week
Wah,
just because.
wah, wah.
They bullied City in the midfield.
Yeah,
Shame,
that
man.
and
But
they
you
did what no one else could do to City. They scored 2 goals against City.
But you see my point, right?
Yes.
These guys are in your performance of the week or whatever, and they lost.
Look, my
That has to scare you.
No, but
about
my-
City,
so my
right?
performance of the week, my heroes, my zeros are very weird this week. I gave like my performance. Oh, sorry, my performance is actually to Rafa. My hero is to West Brom. So
Yeah, but even that they played so well,
I think I actually
but
got that
lost
the wrong way around
to a
when
City
I wrote
team that
this.
wasn't playing that great.
Because I even
That
wrote
scares me.
performance and
It is
hero
still
there, but,
That
very
scares
scary.
me,
It's still
bruh.
scary.
but I just think that it's nice for West Brom to be able to say they confidently scored 2 goals.
I think West Brom are a decent side. Like they,
yeah, they're a
they're
decent
not-
mid-table side.
no one's going to West Brom saying we're getting 6 here.
Yeah.
No,
So
Yeah, for sure.
they're decent performance.
I put them on the same level as Watford.
What? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A little early, I think. Unfair
What-
for Pulis to
see-
say that because
I
he's
think-
been
I
doing
think
that
West- if
consistently.
you
but
compare
it
West
makes
Brom-
sense.
If you're comparing West Brom and Watford, I think Watford is more attacking and
Yeah, they've
and
got more
Pulis
dynamism.
better
Pulis
football.
Pulis works very hard on his
Pulis is about
defensive game.
points.
Yeah.
Yes,
And they
Points.
always get that
Accumulating
1
points.
point or
Yeah,
that 1
it's
goal.
fine.
1
Let's
point,
get points.
1 goal.
as long as we
okay.
reach 40 at the end of the season, we're
Safe.
fine.
Cool. Speaking of Watford, they lost to Stoke. Wow.
At home.
I was shocked
At
by this one,
home.
actually.
Guys, I'm telling you, Stoke is going down.
Yeah, I say that.
You have to hear it every week.
You're happy because they won. Last week you were quiet when they got back. Didn't
What
they
do you
lose
mean?
last
What
week?
do you mean? I wasn't quiet, bro. You can listen to the podcast. I was definitely never quiet, fam.
Stoke is not going down, guys.
I still
No,
think Stoke is going
Stoke
down.
is going down.
But let's be honest.
Stoke
This
is
took
going
the
down.
pressure of Mark Hughes.
It did.
It did.
It did.
This took
Darren
the
Fletcher
pressure.
to the rescue.
Wow.
Out of all the players,
Out
he
of all
has
the
there.
players.
For the one
Good
time
goal
in
as
his
well.
whole
That
life.
was a good
Very
goal.
good goal.
That was a good. But wait, didn't Darren Fletcher do a thing about playing 100 consecutive Premier League games?
Did
I
he?
think he did that. There was something about him this week. I think so.
Good for him.
That was dope.
Well done.
Yay.
Well done, Darren Fletcher.
Yeah,
Next
but
game.
Stoke won.
Anything
Wow, that
about
was
Watford? There's
quick.
nothing really.
No.
Not really.
I'm a
I
little
think it's
disappointed
like-
in Watford, but yeah.
I think it's like a blip.
You know what happened,
Because
man?
Marco Silva, he prides himself on
Home form.
Home form.
I'll tell
That's
you
it.
what happened, fam.
Okay.
Troy Deeney happened, son. That's what happened.
What was happening there with the
That's-
scuffle?
Him and Joe Allen, they had a little.
It's the smallest guy on the pitch. Like, what the
And
hell?
also, like, I really don't see Joe Allen being that, like,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
that
The smallest guy.
aggressive person.
He must have said something because you saw he was giving it back as well.
Like,
Joe Allen was
is
really
like
aggressive.
Jesus, man. He looks like Jesus.
Yeah, it was giving it back. So I don't know what he said or did.
Troy Deeney was just
Has it
like,
come out what was said in there?
I also haven't looked.
No.
Let me have a look.
But that
Okay,
guy
so we'll
should-
chat about the next game
But
while I
he's
research
nasty.
and then.
He should have been, but he should have been like,
Yeah,
yo, he
hand
should
on the
be sent
face, he
off,
should have
dude.
been
The
gone.
fact that the hand was like right
But
here.
they both got yellows, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Troy
Quite
Deeney
lucky
should have
for
been
Troy
sent
Deeney.
off.
Plus, he was smiling.
He
Troy Deeney.
always does that though. He's never really.
He's like, I'm gonna
So
kill
he's
you with a
accepted
smile on his
a
face.
3-match ban for violent conduct.
Oh, so they
Finally.
actually did retrospectively
Yeah.
give him.
Yes. which
Okay,
is dope,
makes
which is
sense.
dope.
Kinda makes sense.
Um,
It's dope. Troy Deeney.
so he admitted
Where's-
a charge of violent conduct.
Where's your kahunas now?
On the bench.
Where's your kahunas now, son? You can take that, dog.
The next game, Liverpool at home to Huddersfield.
Excellent.
The battle of the two best friends.
Yeah, underwhelming first half.
Your first
Watched
half was
the whole game.
underwhelming, though. Hey,
From both teams, honestly. I'm not even just talking about
I was
Liverpool.
worried about you guys. Dude. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
Sorry, I'm just looking at this photo of Troy Deeney. Like, Alan is so small, he's like holding.
Alan
his,
is the tiniest.
yeah, he's got his like arm over
Who's
his
smaller?
shoulder.
Alan
Alan.
or Harry Winks.
Or
Harry Winks, I
Shaqiri.
think.
Oh, Shaqiri, but he's big.
yeah, but
though.
Shaqiri's
No, but he's
He's
small.
small,
Yeah.
tiny.
He's small. Like,
So wait,
yeah.
let me explain this photo to you. So Harry Winks has his hands under Joe Allen's armpit, like he lifted a little
Troy
child.
Deeney.
Sorry, what did I say?
Harry Winks.
Oh, sorry, Troy Deeney has his arms under Joe Allen's like armpits, like he lifts a little child, and Joe Allen is like almost got him in like a headlock, but like his arm doesn't go. all
Doesn't
the
go
way
around his head.
It's
Wow.
the cutest little photo, but yo,
Shame, man.
it looks quite violent.
Liverpool, Huddersfield.
Wow, one thing I can say about this result, I'm not necessarily too surprised. I did see Liverpool.
Yeah,
win
I'm
it, to
not
be honest,
surprised, but it's a result I haven't seen in a while.
A 3-0.
A 3-0, no clean
Yeah,
a clean
like a-
sheet. A clean
Not even a
sheet.
clean sheet, but just like you're supposed to win this game, you won it eventually type of.
Yeah.
It's been a while since Liverpool won a game without having to really fight. They didn't really fight for this game.
No,
If you
it
watch
was,
the game,
it was run of the mill kind of vibes.
when Starry scored that goal,
yeah,
the game was over.
I also didn't really pay attention to this game, and I feel proper
Like
shy,
it-
but yeah.
Guys, tell me something, Liverpool fans.
Oh
Did-
gosh.
no, but this is news, guys.
Yeah.
Did Dejan Lovren win Player of the Month?
Yeah,
wasn't
he
What
did.
the
He did.
heck?
It's because
Nah, it
the-
wasn't because of.
No,
Yeah,
it
of course,
wasn't
no,
because
of course.
that.
It was
was
because
two
they're trying to
things.
lift him up,
I
right?
think-
No, but there was two
don't
things.
say it like that.
It was
Sorry.
either.
Please
It
don't
was,
say it like that. Like there's proper issues. He like
Death threats and stuff.
besides that, I'm so sure that he was contemplating suicide at some stage.
but another thing that popped up was it could have been like trying to make fun of it, like trying to make fun of his performances, because that's something that came up.
yeah,
Some people were like,
But
it
he was par
it
for par with Salah.
Yeah, some people were like they were building him up. Some people were like it was just ironic cheers. Like
People were saying that at work,
like
so I
ironic
was just
cheers.
like,
So
oh, it's-
I hope it's the latter.
I
well,
really
the
hope
former.
that.
Sorry.
Like,
what was the reasoning?
So remember I was telling you last week that it's really, really hit him hard, his performance and the substitution and stuff like that. And then he posted the photo of him saying "bad game, guys" through the wine glass. People were then commenting about they want to kill him and his family and
Yeah, I
whatever,
saw those
whatever.
comments as
And you
well.
must remember that he comes from war, so his family were refugees in Croatia. And he removed Liverpool from his bio on Instagram, removed his profile picture, and hasn't been on Instagram, I think, since September almost. He's also removed comments from his photos because he didn't want his family to read any of these comments, and it was just really, really hard on him. And he posted a Instagram story during the week of him on the way to training, like, I'm back at training, feeling good, like positive vibes. But it was just literally a story, so it lasts 24 hours. And someone decided to reply back to his story and said, I can't wait to kill your Croatian
Yeah, I saw
family,
that.
you
I saw
prick.
that. That's what I saw. Actually,
So
didn't see
he
the comments.
decided to not ignore it. So he screenshot it and he posted it. And he's like, this is what I have to deal with. And because he's done that, Klopp now has backed him up and said that this is not how you treat your players. Like, our slogan is you never walk alone. So you don't, regardless of how bad a player plays, you never ever attack their family.
How much do you think that was in terms of him not playing as well?
I think it.
Because I don't think that was an injury.
No, so the injury
Yeah,
in a
probably
that's not
thigh
an injury.
injury in training. Like,
Nah.
would you want to play for fans who treat you this way?
I-
Would you want to put your body on the line for it?
I have
I
two
wouldn't.
theories. One is
I think he was protecting him.
yes.
He
One
was.
is Klopp goes is like
He was.
not at home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if
If it's gonna be a tough game, not at home.
if he slips up once,
Yeah,
against
that, at
Huddersfield,
home, then I think it's
my man.
not even. I don't care. I don't even think it's Huddersfield. I think it's you're at
But then
home
why put
in
him
front
in
of
the
your.
lineup in the first place?
I think my theory in terms of Klopp, I think Klopp was gonna go with the same lineup. He was gonna be like, show these people that what happened
Whatever,
there
yeah.
is not was a fluke or whatever, right? I think that's his mentality. But then I don't know. He changes his mind last minute.
Look, we don't
Like,
know what was going on in warm up and the chants and the abuse that he was getting from the crowd.
That's what I'm saying.
while
I think
was
I
warming
think he
up.
changes his mind. Is like, not at home.
And English fans, to be honest, they can be brutal.
It's passionate as well. Like it's just
Which I understand,
yeah,
but
like passion can go.
Mm.
It can be
I
either used for
remember-
good or bad. It's,
I remember listening to I think it was a podcast on 5FM actually, with Wayne Parnell. And his wife was actually talking about, so he just recently got married. And she's a blogger, and she was talking about it. And how hard it is to actually be his wife sometimes. Because say he misses a catch.
Yeah.
They abuse her. And they swear her family, and they curse her
Yeah.
nieces and nephews and grandparents. And people just need to remember that everyone is human, and regardless of how bad or
but
how
that's the
shady
thing
plays,
with that's the thing with sports. People
you
don't care.
forget.
People, you look at football, you think you're playing a video game. Like, oh, you're watching a
Exactly.
video game. You're like, just score the goal. Like, you know
Exactly,
how
and-
we also will be like, just score. Why
Just
didn't you score? You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
But like, we also need to remember that if we were in that position, we might not have done any better. It's a split situation or a split decision.
But
that
how
changes
many
everything.
fans think like that? Let's just be honest.
Not
lot.
many.
Not a
I
lot.
don't
No one's
think-
thinking
Not
like,
a lot,
if
no.
I was in
sympathy.
you know,
There's no sympathy.
no,
in
people
this
are
game,
like,
bro.
you didn't score that goal. My team lost.
There's no
I hate you.
sympathy in this
Oh,
game.
in that way, yeah.
You know, and people, it's not everybody is
Look, I-
moderate thinking individuals who
No,
just
and I
oh,
say
at the
this,
end of
and
the day,
I've
this
said
is
that
actual
Tavan must never
people.
ever kick a ball again in his life. So
I really stand by that as well.
I think he should become an
For
accountant.
Liverpool.
See, example, right?
But
here,
I,
Yes.
but I,
right here.
But
that's
I,
I
didn't say
really
that he
feel
must
that.
die. I don't want to kill
Yeah,
his
it's
family. I'm
true.
just
But
saying that
but
he-
I agree. I really believe that.
Yeah.
Right? And that's my limit. Which is
Yes.
fucked up as well. Not to say my
Yes.
limit is not fucked up. That's fucked up to think that he shouldn't kick a ball for Liverpool.
Or like even
right?
before we
But
started
then
the
there's
podcast,
exactly.
like with Shakes and poor Sandylands. He's like, Sandylands should have done it. I'm like, I would really like to see you in goals.
But you see, but even that we would be
But Sunderland
considered
should have done that.
exactly.
No.
But even with that,
Sunderland
we're
should have
considered
done that.
moderate fans.
Yes.
We're not extreme. That's not an extreme opinion, right?
No, which is the same reason why I didn't want to go to Southampton next year and pretend to be a Southampton fan.
Do you get what I'm saying? And then
And then
there's
get
extreme
stabbed.
fans who are like, we're gonna kill. Like that's
Yeah.
there's a certain level that you shouldn't be crossing.
No.
But it's just unfortunate. But then again, that's what you sign up for.
It is what you sign up for, but I'm just saying that, Lovren, yes, you messed up massively, and I really, really don't rate you as a defender, but you're a good guy.
Yo,
Yeah. On Huddersfield, anything?
yo, guys, I'm checking out this Huddersfield thing now, and I'm like, guys, they had only one shot
Yep.
the whole game.
Yep.
Off
We
target.
actually
That's what I'm saying. It was
defended.
overwhelming
Off
from both
target.
from
By
both
the
sides.
way.
Because I really expected them to come at us, especially after beating
Yeah.
United. I'm like, they're coming to Anfield with.
But I think it's also emotional with the coaches, because you must remember, like,
yeah, but you're
they're friends, they
professional,
were
man.
best men at each other's weddings,
But they're
Like,
professional.
worked under
They,
each other.
they can put that aside for
Back-
90 minutes.
Vecna was like, I don't want it, homie. I know Liverpool
got you.
embarrassed you, but I got you, dog. Don't worry, fam. I got you, dog.
Next-
I'm gonna make you look great.
Next game, this game got me so angry, bro. Crystal Palace at home to West
You
Ham.
know,
Oh my word!
there's
This
there's
game
that
made me
photo
so angry.
of Roy Hodgson celebrating.
I hate it.
Like, it grinds my bones.
I hated it.
Why
When
do
I
you
saw
hate
that, I hated it.
Why do you hate it?
Wait,
Because
I'll
I don't
show
like
it to you.
Hodgson.
That's slack.
And I don't like.
It's
No, it's not
just-
slack. I'm telling you the truth. I don't.
No,
That's what I'm saying,
it's-
but that's slack.
That's okay.
It's a well-earned point for Crystal Palace, man.
But and oh, fuck.
It's just the
You
way the
don't say
photo
that.
is
No,
taken.
slap.
It's just
They used Fergie time. Hodgson.
Yo, guys, look
'cause,
at
you
it
know.
in the 97th minute.
Antonio, guys. Like if
Michael
it's a brilliantly timed photo.
Mikel Antonio.
If Bilic doesn't bench this guy for the next
dude,
Bilic just
for
put
the
his
next
hands in
3,
his
maybe,
face.
dog.
I'll share it on Twitter, guys,
please
if
do.
you want to
If
see.
Bilic doesn't ban, not ban, obviously
For the
can't,
next
but
3
bench him
games, no,
for
bro.
like a good 2.
For the next
Like,
An
what
internal
the
red
hell was
card.
that?
Yeah, for the next 3 games.
Like,
my
what
man.
the hell was that? Like, the game is done.
I think he
Literally seconds left. You have the ball, corner flag. You decide to cross. I don't know was that even a cross?
Ah, dude.
when
And no one
West
was in the
Ham's
box anyway.
Yeah,
dude.
like,
no one was.
no
and
one's
they were away
there.
from home. Like,
I think the way
You've just got 3 points that your manager and the team desperately needs.
needed. Yeah.
you got
Hart has bailed you out 3 or 4 times in the game. You go in. Great goal by Zaha, by the way.
Yeah, no, that
Great
was
goal.
well hit,
Not
boy.
to take that away from him.
That was
Great
well
goal,
hit.
great point from by Crystal Palace. But jeez, man.
Yeah, he was arrogant, dude. I feel like
Yeah.
he got arrogant. He was like,
But Antonio.
Yeah, Antonio
That's
got
not even
arrogant.
arrogant. That's just stupidity.
That is, I mean, definitely.
That's just plain. So what did he think was gonna happen? He was gonna cross the goal and
And then the ref blows the
So-
whistle.
And you know what's the worst part
Who
is that
knows?
he was on like Crystal
Corner
Palace's
flag.
side. At
Yes,
the
corner
I was like,
flag.
oh, bro,
And
take
then
a foul, guys.
And another
Just
thing,
stand there
he's probably
and
one of
take
the
a foul.
biggest men on the pitch.
Like, just stand there. And
Antonio's
take
a
foul.
unit. He's not like a small lad. Like he's not
but
getting
like
bullied
I
off
said
the
just
ball.
now, it's a split-second decision, guys.
Just take a foul, eh? Like, it's one of those, like,
But-
just stand there, put the ball here, and just like, okay, someone kick me.
So that's
Yeah, I mean, like,
And
just
who's-
take a foul.
and that's
like,
another thing. Who's gonna kick you? He's a unit. He's big.
It's huge.
He's a
Done
huge
that.
lad. Like it's yo.
But now for him to cross it to nobody.
And Bilic's face after that goal.
Aye,
Oh
bro.
my god.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
And you know what's funny? It's these split moments.
Yeah, split
Wait,
decision,
it's
split
these
seconds.
split moments that like when Billy just sacked one day, he's gonna
That's
be
he'll
like,
be like,
"You
Antonio,
cost
it
me
was
my
you.
job.
It
Yeah,
was you.
you cost me my job."
and then guess what? Antonio's gonna
Be
continue to play
like,
football.
yeah,
for
West
West Ham.
Ham,
Yeah.
West Ham,
It's
and
gonna
celebrate.
be on.
It's funny how those things work.
And
eh?
wait,
It's
and
funny.
here's the funny part is whenever they ask him like after Billy is gone, so Billy is gone, what's the mood like? Yeah, for some reason the new manager's
New
coming
man-
with
the new manager's
tricks and all.
has the new manager giving you a fucking brain as well. I feel so, but it was a good. To be
shit.
honest, it was a very good
Well,
game.
new cloth always wipes clean, isn't it?
Yeah, true, but I mean,
You know what's
It was
also sad,
entertaining.
bro, is that West Ham were 2-0 up, guys.
West Ham were 2-0
Yeah.
That's right.
penalty given away. Also, is it Ogbonna? He's also.
Yeah, Bonner, that was
Like,
an unnecessary
unnecessarily-
penalty. The guy was running away from
Like-
goal, dude. Why are you touching him? What's going
And
on?
I won't lie, Hart played the game of his life.
Hart
Oh,
actually
my
played
guy.
Hart
Yeah.
played the game
Yeah,
of his
Hart-
Then he got
life.
picked for England.
That's great.
Yay!
Well done.
Now
Good
on
for him.
merit. Nah.
And
After that game?
with 3 goalkeepers in the side, he was
Oh,
picked.
thank God.
No.
Thank
Well, we
God.
knew
Gareth-
those, didn't we?
Gareth Southgate was waiting for that performance. He was like, yo,
Okay, yeah, you picked now.
Yeah, you pick now. Like, I don't need to
I
pick
think
4.
even if he didn't have that performance, he would be picked.
Yeah,
but
like
they
it's
picked 4 this time, though. 4
3.
goalkeepers.
Isn't it always
No,
four?
no.
3. No, they
Three now.
picked 4 last time.
Yeah, I'm saying the reason why they picked 4 last time, it was like affirmative action. Like, we gotta have him in,
For
you know?
Hart.
For Hart, you know? So now it's like they picked 3. They're like,
Senior
it's merit.
citizens.
It's merit now. You see?
Yeah, I won't lie. It was one of the most entertaining games actually of the weekend.
Oh, of the weekend, yeah.
Next game, Arsenal at home to Swansea.
Seed Kolasinac.
I think my favorite Arsenal player. Let me think about
You
it.
guys came from behind, eh?
Yeah, it could have been
What-
tricky.
Of
What
course
What
we
were you
did.
feeling when you were 1-0 down?
I don't like when we consider. I was like,
Check.
I
I was
have
like,
deja vu.
That was
I
Czech's
but-
fault.
no, but like
No, let's be
I
honest.
rewatched that goal, nah,
That's
and I
Czech.
did,
Czech
and like,
doesn't shouldn't
like
come
the
for that.
keeper. I mean, it'll be like,
It's so hard for my brain to still associate Czech with,
With-
with
yeah.
Arsenal.
No,
Like
but-
it doesn't fit in my head.
dude, for me, like the guy was
London to
running
London.
in on goal, right? He had so much space, so it was like
Well,
I felt Czech had to do
I
something
don't know, but
about it.
if the angle was different, I would agree with you. But
Yeah,
that
I mean,
angle,
like-
the angle was tight. He shouldn't have.
Yeah, the angle
come
was
with it.
tight, but no, my thing was like he had to do something. So much open room, bruh. Like
And then
if
he came out and made it easier.
he came. No, he didn't make it easy. It went
He
through
really
his
did
legs.
make it
It
easier.
went through his legs, bro. Like I mean,
That was an easy finish.
no, it wasn't an easy finish, bro. It just luckily went through his legs.
So
Yeah, luckily it went through his legs. When a
Okay.
ball goes to a keeper's legs, I mean, it's not like
I think he shouldn't have came out there.
Yeah.
Actually, I also would blame his defenders because
I understand. Yeah, I'm saying there was no defenders, so like it was like I need
who
to do
who was playing
something
at the
about
centre back
this.
again?
It was Monreal, we had Koscielny, and
I'm trying to think.
Three
Why
at the
didn't
back.
we watch this game?
What, Arsenal and Swansea.
Yeah.
And we said it was a definite win.
I didn't
it was.
watch this.
Yeah,
Game.
it was a
I
different.
don't remember.
Was it the
watching
late game on Saturday?
No, it was.
And
It was
Mertesacker.
on.
5 on Mertesacker. Yeah.
What is that? 5.
Yeah, 5. When
Wow,
everyone
before
else was
o'clock.
playing.
Oh,
4 o'clock when everyone was playing.
it's because I was at
Liverpool.
work
And it's the
Oh.
same Liverpool
and I was
playing at
watching
the
the
same
Liverpool
time.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
And I don't have like all the channels on that TV at work.
And then
Yo, but Mertesacker was nearly exposed though by Jordan Ayew.
Jordan,
Yo, bro, like
Jordan Ibe, guys.
Jordan Ayew.
Ayew.
Oh, are
This
you?
one's-
Yeah, but he
Speaking
was
of Jordan Ibe, his team Bournemouth at home to Chelsea.
Jeez, bro.
Jude actually told me that he changed
show
the
us-
name of his
Jeez.
shirt.
Can you show Arsenal some
Because he
love,
used to have
bro?
Ibe on his shirt.
What
not
about
yesterday.
Arsenal? Okay, 2
Yo,
goals.
can you show Arsenal some love, dog?
Okay, what do you
Yeah.
want to say about Arsenal?
Kolasinac, nice goal by
Kolasinac
Ramsey.
Yo, thanks,
Yeah.
bro.
Yay!
Guys, like, did you guys
It's
forget?
still mathematically possible.
Yes, I mean, did you guys forget we're playing another big game
Oh,
here?
not-
What's going
not
on
even
here,
that,
man?
Not even,
I mean,
not
Look,
even
it was-
that. Wenger's 800th
800th
game.
league game
Well
is
done.
now
It wasn't his
7.
birthday last week,
Yeah.
and now we must celebrate Wenger every week.
He's 7.
No shame,
he's 7
man.
games away.
Let's give it to him.
He's
please,
7
guys.
games away from actually breaking. So Alex,
That's crazy to think. eh?
That's
It's so
Jeez.
insane.
That is crazy to
To think that Alex had to win title on title on title on title.
Yeah,
He's just
I know some
games.
Wenger's just there.
no money.
Selling
But to be
players
fair,
and players
Arsene
and
Wenger's-
players and players.
great memories, aren't lie.
Yeah, but what
One
he's-
of the great, actually,
But that's the
greatest
key
side in Premier
word.
League.
Memories.
Great. I mean,
But what he's done with the shoestring budget, guys, it's absolutely
Shut up,
amazing.
What
Nobody
do you mean
thought
shoestring budget?
Leicester
guys,
won the
when we
league.
move stadiums, hey, guys,
Leicester
no
won the
money,
league
guys.
with a shoestring.
That's
What
no
did you
money.
win when you moved stadiums to?
What would we win?
Yeah.
We won 3 FA Cups.
FA Cups back to
That's what you get on a shoestring budget.
That's,
Leicester gets the league.
And Leicester gets the league.
that's it. Eh? Like that's about it.
Bournemouth at home to Chelsea. Are we done with Arsenal?
Yeah,
Can we
we
move
can-
on from
we can
Arsenal?
go.
What
Are
else do you want to
Are
say?
you done catching feelings? There?
We can go now. Eh?
Bournemouth at home to Chelsea.
Hazard, my hero. I love him so much.
He
But how
looks
we-
like he's getting back. He looks like.
How were you guys playing? Because when I look at this result, I just think like, was it boring?
It was
We
just
played-
one
it was
goal, yeah?
another.
Second half,
in fact,
yeah,
I think
1-0.
we were lucky to get the 3 points.
You think so?
Yeah.
You scored
We were
early,
still.
though,
I've
eh?
had
we still played. We
I've
still
had a
played
chance that I
sloppy.
saw.
Did you score early in the first half or early in the second half?
It was
The first
the
half.
second. No, it was the
Was it
second
first-
half.
Second
Was the second half?
Mm.
Okay.
It was 0-0.
Eden
half.
Hazard.
the
near
fans
near
want to
post
know.
finish, right? Yeah, Begovic. Near
Jude,
post
the
finish.
fans want to know, dude. Alvaro Morata, dude, what's going
Missed
on?
an
fam?
opportunity as
What's
well.
going
Yes,
on?
I.
there?
Yeah, missed a very good opportunity.
What
You
is
guys are
going
fickle,
on?
hey?
Well, Alvaro Morata, what's going on? Like,
Guys, he's
He
just
just
back
missed an
from
opportunity,
injury.
back from
Yes.
injury.
yeah, what's going
Give
on?
him some
Let
air.
him drink.
What's going with Arsenal? Like,
even
as a whole.
even against Roma as
Can
well.
I ask
like,
about
what happened?
Lacazette?
Ah,
And then you'll have the same
Actually,
response.
yeah. What
Yeah.
Well,
What?
where's
no one is
Lacazette?
saying
dude?
anything
Lacazette
about
scored
Lacazette.
against Everton, my man.
When did you play Everton? A month ago,
no,
bruh.
no, last week.
Okay.
Played last week, my man. Like we played Swansea
Denise.
now, and then Everton now. I mean, Everton
Now.
the previous game. Of the
And then
previous
and
game.
then his goal before that.
What the goal before that? It took a while, but
You don't even remember, dog.
it took a while,
You don't
man.
remember that.
Yeah, well, all I'm just saying
Actually,
is that
when we have breaks, can we
Your
actually
ma-
do player reviews?
your Morata
Like,
gave
we
us.
really need to start
We're
doing
gonna
like,
have a break next week, eh?
yeah, international break.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to. I really
Are
want.
we not doing the Liverpool podcast?
Let's do that. But if we can fit in player reviews in terms of like,
You have to come.
you can come. What do you mean you don't have to
What do
come?
you mean?
Okay, you don't have to come.
We're
yeah.
talking the two of us. Yeah. I mean, what's going on, bro?
But yeah, because there's like, I want to like people like not David Silva, the other Silva.
Bernardo.
I don't know what's his program. What's
I think he's coming off the bench,
Is
and
it?
I think he's making a real impact off the
Yeah.
bench.
Didn't he start against West Brom? No.
did he? I don't remember. I know David Silva started. Again.
Majority of the games he's been coming off the bench. I know
Yeah, I
that
know
for sure.
majority of the games. Yes, I thought he started against. West
Yeah,
Brom.
it'll be interesting to actually see like who's performing, who's not performing.
Yeah.
In terms
So-
of, like,
so-
the signings though. That's it.
So going back to Morata, yeah, I don't think he's been the same since
The
he
injury.
pulled something against City. He was out for a couple of games and
Yeah.
then he came back.
He'd come back too early.
Things weren't going his way. Maybe he came back too early. Things weren't going his
What do
way.
you think
He started
about
sulking
the?
and he gets taken off and Mishiba try.
That's what I'm saying. Like even.
But what do you
against-
think about the stories about him not being happy in London?
I don't.
Is it a
I
cultural
think
thing
it's.
or what?
I
He
think all
just
the
said
rumors
that-
about Chelsea are fake.
But that's another thing.
But he's just
there's
saying
a lot
that
of these
London
rumors.
is too
What's going on?
multicultural. He doesn't feel like he can identify with
Okay,
anyone.
so it's a cultural thing.
I know one thing that is a fact. He did say that I wish I never left Juventus. That's a fact. He
I
said
didn't
that.
read that anyway.
I can bring that up. He did say, I wish I
Well,
never
he didn't
left
have a
Juventus.
choice because Real
That's a
Madrid had that
fact.
buyback
Yeah,
clause.
oh,
Yeah, but
yeah.
wait, hold on a second. Did the contract say you must return back to Real Madrid? But he couldn't choose whether I must stay
No,
or
it's
not.
a buyback clause. So if Real
If
Madrid
he's-
activates it,
Yeah,
then he
but-
has to
Then
come
you
back.
have to
Come
come
back,
back.
it's their
It's
club.
in
But
your
he's- it's in the
contract.
So he
contract.
can't say yes or no.
No.
It's a buyback
A
clause.
contract is a contract. You have no say.
Guys, anyone who's listening,
It's
please
even a
educate me.
like a
Yo,
buyout clause. If a club
I
approaches,
know a buyout clause how it works.
So
I'm
ba-
saying like if
A buyback.
if I pay your company, then it's a buyout clause, dude.
No, I
you
think
don't have
it's-
a right to say yes or no.
No.
I want to sign or not.
I think it's
No.
a technical.
So
thing.
you have to come, Jude. Wait.
no.
it was like
So
Barcelona
if-
did
Why
the
are you
same thing
shouting
with
at Makile
Bojan.
but saying Jude's name? I don't understand this.
No, I'm thinking. I think it's a technical thing in terms of if you are a former player. So like, they technically, even when he was at Juventus, he was
Yes.
still a Real Madrid player based
say.
on that buy.
Yeah, he
based
was
on
on-
the
he
buyout
was
clause.
like out on
I
loan,
think it's like being
basically.
out on loan. Exactly. I
Yes.
think it's like being out on loan.
Barcelona did that with Bojan as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
When-
saying?
Basically
Even
what-
with Telefoy, apparently.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I'm asking, did he not have a say whether do I stay at Juventus or do I go back to Real Madrid?
No, that's what I'm saying.
He never had a say at all.
I don't,
don't think
so
so.
because I'm likening it to like a loan.
Yeah,
It's
like a
if
loan.
a player
Okay.
if a player's on loan,
Okay.
right? They don't necessarily have you're contractually obligated to go back to your club. I think it's the same thing with a buyback clause.
But I know that
It's like in life when you're cheating on your wife.
Okay,
You
please these
can't
analogies.
contractually bound to go back to your wife.
Yes. yo. No
Like,
one is
people
married
people
in
are
here,
used to
listeners, eh?
these analogies
These
that we just
clauses.
pick up from nowhere. Bournemouth are going down? Not yet. We're still not having that
I
conversation.
might
What-
be getting on that boat.
One thing I can say,
might
it will be a lot harder for them than Stoke City. That's for sure.
Harder for them to go down.
No, harder as in like they're gonna fight. for
Yeah, of course.
relegation.
They
Real
yeah,
hard.
that's
Like
definitely
Stoke will have to look back and be like, as long as Bournemouth is behind us, we're okay.
Guys, are we
Bottom
still?
19th. Wow, okay. Crystal Palace, bottom of the log. 19th, Bournemouth. Everton, guys. 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might actually have to start
getting
having
there.
a serious
We're
conversation.
getting there, Everton, my man.
Everton.
I've been waiting for this.
Yeah,
Getting there.
Will they be the club that spent the most money and still gets relegated?
We are-
Yo, that'll
we
be
are-
deep. Newcastle did that.
We are going there.
Remember when
man.
Newcastle bought all the French players, like everybody
Oh,
from
yes,
France?
yes,
And the
yes,
season they
yes.
just bought the whole French league,
I remember that.
and then they got relegated.
Yep.
Like so, that's
That wasn't that the same one where Newcastle won 5-1 against Tottenham?
what I think it
Yes,
was
there
at the,
was a
the
5-1.
last game.
Yeah, the last game.
yes,
It was
But,
that-
it
it
didn't,
was
but
that
it didn't
one.
help.
Yeah, it didn't help really.
Shame.
That one, jeez, I'm
Yeah,
waiting.
that could be
It
very
generally
tricky.
happens though because they have nothing else to lose.
That could be tricky. Next game, Brighton at home to Southampton. Brighton keep picking up these points. 1-1.
I'm very
well
impressed with Brighton, man.
Brighton keeps just quietly going about their
And-
business.
And in the earlier episodes, I was like, Chris Houston's gonna
Is
get
that-
sacked at some
all-
point.
I think all of us.
I think he's gonna survive the season now.
I think he might.
I doubt it.
So yeah, I think he survives.
I
the
feel like the
season.
wheels will come off eventually.
No, but I
No,
think
but
I'd survive the
That's what I
season
feel.
as he won't
That's
get
what I
fired.
feel. I feel
Also,
like the
Brighton's. I don't think Brighton are gonna get relegated.
I don't think it doesn't look
It
like.
doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look.
I'm not gonna make that statement yet.
Although,
But right now, it doesn't look like it. They're just getting points. They're getting the points that they
I
need.
think Crystal Palace and Everton have more of a chance of being relegated than Brighton.
Oh, the Everton talk.
Yeah,
I
the
can't
Everton
wait.
talk
Eh?
is- I'm not there yet as well. I'm also not there in that
I can't wait
conversation
for the
yet.
Everton talk.
But
dude.
yeah,
But
Southampton is.
definitely Crystal Palace.
No, let's not even talk about Crystal Palace. That's
Aight,
done.
no.
For me personally.
Alright,
But you
Aight.
don't entertain it
No,
because you
I
know
was
it's
just-
not.
This is where I wanted to go.
Alright. I just said alright. That's all. I was
Another
like,
thing is I can't gauge Southampton. Where are they?
They're so up and down at the moment.
Yeah, should we be afraid of Southampton?
Wait,
next
can I
week?
ask a question?
No.
Is it an easy win? What's
And
you
they
guys
were
playing
wish-
Southampton next week. You guys
next
are
week?
gonna
Not
win.
this weekend.
But can
Yeah.
I ask a
We're
question?
playing
though?
West Ham this
We're
weekend.
playing West Ham this weekend. the
Should
following
Brighton have won that game against Southampton?
week. That's what I'm
If
saying.
you
I'm not
survive
sure.
relegation, is that not the game you win
But that's what I'm.
at
That's,
home?
I can only answer that question if you guys tell me where Southampton, what type of club is Southampton.
I don't
Van
think they have an
Dijk
idea.
is what they are.
They don't have an identity ever
Nah.
since Pochettino left.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
don't-
saying. Top 10, like what are top 10, bottom? What?
I think they are. What are they?
Where should where?
Where do we expect them to finish?
Okay,
Bottom
what's
10.
the manager's
10th.
mandate?
10th.
Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Yours.
Hold
That's
on
bad.
to Van Dijk.
That's bad.
Finish.
Don't sell
Finish.
any more players to Liverpool.
Then
Finish
that's bad.
mid-table.
Yes.
So they're not because if you're saying stay safe, that means they're fighting relegation.
That's
No,
what
stay
that's
safe.
what it
Like,
means.
okay, maybe not stay safe, but like above 15th would be good.
Because they're on they're 10th. Like how did part of me is like how
I
did they
think-
get
I
there?
think- I think
Okay,
the
I
way-
mean they smack bang average.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
they're like-
average. Like
Between
'Cause I don't
like
remember
9th
them-
and 12th is there.
They're not great, but they're not shit.
And they got a player that I like, though. That Mario Lemina guy. Yo,
He's very good.
I think
Sofian
I
Boufal,
like him,
guys.
man. Huh?
He's the future. Sofian Boufal.
Yo, let me just see that guy, bro. Yo, I saw him
okay,
at
so
Juventus,
Southampton shouldn't be worried, basically.
No, I don't think so.
No.
A team that should be worried. Everton played Leicester at home.
Okay,
And
Oh,
lost.
Leicester played home.
Wait.
to
Leicester
Everton.
also have a coach. Everton don't.
And to be honest, the second half, it was Everton all the way, but they didn't look like scoring. If
It
that
just
that
did
makes
not
any
look
sense.
good, right?
Like Everton dominated possession, but didn't look like scoring, creating.
Yeah,
Sigurdsson came off the bench,
So
non-existent
look
as well.
at this, but 60% ball possession.
Exactly.
For
it's like-
Everton.
Yes.
yeah, and they didn't seem like they were gonna do anything.
And they didn't score. How many shots on target?
So they had
What's Wayne
on
Rooney?
target they've got 15 shots in total, and then on target they had
Probably not
Also,
a
who
lot.
decides who plays without a coach now?
Like,
yo guys, but here's a shocking stat though: 15 shots in total and 2 only on target.
Because
Yeah,
they don't
that's shocking.
have
Yeah, I
an
saw that.
interim.
I think they need to work. They
No,
need
isn't
shooting
it
practice.
Everton?
Alright, but that's shocking.
Everton, it's this Unsworth dude.
David
Ah.
Unsworth.
David Unsworth, yeah. Former player, I think, as well.
Can you imagine? dude,
Under
like
23 coach.
Yeah. So
So
it's
they
like,
spend over 100 million. Rooney comes, scores on the first day.
It was-
People are like, we're gonna be cruising here, top 7. Oh boy, did you not?
yeah.
The plane crashed.
The
Leicester,
plane crashed hard though.
the new coach bounced back that they used to.
Leicester do it every year.
Like,
it seems.
maybe
But
they
I,
should keep
but I feel
doing
like
that.
I feel
Just
like
keep
Leicester
firing, man.
decide their fate though. They're like, wait,
Exactly. We
we
don't want
like
this guy.
So
We don't
out. Next we'll play. Then we play. Then it's like, wait, but we don't like this guy either.
Yeah, no,
so
the power that players have. Eh?
the power of that play.
Watch them go through everyone and end up with Claudio again.
I don't think he goes back there.
Fairy tale,
Swallows his
dog.
pride. He's
It's
gonna
gonna be a
swallow his pride and go
No,
back.
he's gonna go like this to them. and
Fairy
be like,
tale,
whatever.
my man.
He could actually end up at Everton.
What?
He
was
no,
at Everton,
he's
though.
not.
That would-
He's
that
not.
would
He
be
was
funny.
at Everton.
Who?
No, he's
Ranieri?
not.
Yes, didn't he coach
No, he
Everton
never
back in the
coached-
day?
No,
I don't remember
no,
him
he
coaching
didn't coach
Everton.
Everton.
But I could see him end up at Everton. I could,
Oh man.
He coached Chelsea. He didn't. coach
Chelsea, I know.
Chelsea, yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
wrong
Chelsea.
team.
Yeah.
but I can definitely see him.
no, he's not gonna go back there. His team is doing well in France, bro. And he took on Lens.
Okay.
Is it Lens?
Yeah.
But his team is doing well in France. I was like, jeez.
No, I wish the best for him, eh?
They're not being
Next
PSG,
game,
though.
Burnley at home to Newcastle.
Say again.
Burnley at home to Newcastle, 1-0.
1-0 to Burnley.
Newcastle was so
Burnley are
unlucky.
Premier League proven. They are Premier League.
Sean
That's a
Dyche
Premier League
is
team
going to
now.
be Everton's next manager. I promise you.
Oh,
Sean
yeah.
Dyche.
But Sean Dyche is what he's doing at
Yeah,
Burnley,
like-
man, he deserves props, man.
Because
Like he's the new
you remember
age
when they
Tony
came up.
Pulis.
You remember when they came up for the
New
first
age.
time? They got relegated. They still kept Sean Dyche,
Yeah,
and then
and they went
came.
back up,
They
and
came
now
back
they
up.
stayed.
Yes.
Exactly.
yes.
Yeah, like he is like a new version of Tony Pulis. He actually does score goals. He keeps it tight. Like
And yeah,
home form is. I'd love to see their home form.
Yeah,
Burnley's
their
home form
like
is
it's
always.
good.
And last season was
It was
incredible.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
It was incredible. So like what he's doing at Burnley, man, it's if I'm Everton, we gotta go for that guy.
Home
And
form
with
can be the
any-
difference between you dropping to the
Definitely.
championship and staying in the
That's
Premier
true.
League.
Yeah.
That's true. If you're dropping points at home, then
Burnley
you know.
are safe, man. That's why we
Yeah.
didn't have a conversation about Burnley being.
And then about Newcastle, is it okay?
I was surprised. Don't lie.
We still do not worry.
No.
Nah.
Nah, it's done.
Like it's that same argument we have every week. I really think they are worse off teams.
Than Newcastle.
Way worse off
Way
teams.
worse off.
So
Newcastle are sitting very high up, actually.
yeah, I could still see them being in a fight, but it's not gonna be like a scuffle last 3
No.
games.
They're gonna be
They'll be
14th
they'll be good
around
by
there.
the last 5 games. I don't think we're talking about Newcastle struggling.
They should be okay.
Yeah, I think they should be okay. I think. Then again, this is the Premier League. not anything is
Nothing is for
Yeah,
sure.
nothing
Leicester
is-
won the Premier League a few seasons
Bruh,
ago.
dude. jeez. Yeah. So yeah,
think
this
it's a
is the
given.
Premier League. So team of the week. Who wants to
going
go first?
first?
One day you start, dude.
I actually have one this time.
Finally.
Hey.
Because you had an extra day.
No, because I actually had a TV.
TV.
I had a TV with DSTV. I can actually watch football. So let me go. Give me a sec. Kicking balls. See, my goalkeeper, Joe Hart, let down by Antonio and Ogbonna. Left back, Said Kolasinac. Centre back, Cesar Espilicueta. I think he's the best defender in the league. I'll say that on record. I really think. I'm trying to think who else is
Okay, cool, bro.
best defender in the league. Ryan Shawcross. Great game for him. Right back, Joe Gomez. I think he should stay at right back. Centre
agreed.
defense, please, not yet. Centre mid, I'm playing 5 in midfield. Centre mid, Gareth Barry, Stephen Defoe. Attacking mid, Eden Hazard. Right wing, Damari Gray, Leroy Sané, left wing. And up front, off the bench, Anthony Martial. Manager, obviously,
Mourinho.
Who's next?
Okay.
Go.
Okay, cool. So, guys, I want to know the 4-4-2. Goalkeeper, we got Joe Hart. Right back, we got Joe Gomez. Left back, we got Seed Kolasinac. We got centre back at Kurt Zuma. Other centre back is Harry Maguire. Take a bow. Right winger was Eden Hazard. Take a bow. And left winger was Leroy Sané. Centre mid was a man who scored 50 goals for Arsenal. Aaron Ramsey. What a champ. The other one in the midfield is Darren Fletcher. And we got Andre Ayew with a brilliant goal in striker. And another striker, we got Jamie Vardy. And the manager is definitely Jose.
Before we go to the next ones, do you guys think we should be doing a goal of the week?
A goal of the week.
Why not, actually?
Ooh.
Is that going to be
yes.
tricky?
No.
No.
I think we should. That'll
Okay.
be fun.
Next week, goal of the week as well.
Oof.
Okay.
Cool. Team of the week, Siobhan or... Okay.
So my goalkeeper is Nick Pope from Burnley. Then I went with the 4-4-2. So I've got Kurt Zuma, Ben Mee from Burnley as well.
Great, good.
Your man there, Seed.
Kolasinac.
What a
Yes.
man.
Your man there. Then I went with Gray, who I was saying just before the thing that he signed a new deal, 4-year deal with.
Damari Gray.
Yes. In my midfield, I went with Kabai. Wait. Gray was there also. I'm reading this wrong. Kabai, Fernandinho, and Sane was Gray. And then my 2 forwards up front were Firmino and Vardy.
Fernandinho, I can't believe I missed him. He had a
Oh.
good game as
Fernandinho,
well.
he
Yeah,
I
was
didn't.
proper.
he had a good
you're
game
here
as well.
now.
Good goal as well.
My team of the week goes as follows. Goalkeeper Joe Hart. 3 defenders, Said Kolasinac, Christian Fuchs, and Phil Jones. The 4 in midfield, Riyad Mahrez, Fernandinho, Darren Fletcher, Raheem Sterling, who seems to...
Came off the bench, right?
he can't stop scoring.
I wish
It's
you
weird.
running like a chicken.
It's weird. And then 3 guys up front, Wilfred Zaha, Anthony Martial, and my boy, Eden Hazard.
Awesome. Hero on 0.
Oh, my hero of the week is definitely Jose Mourinho. Just in how the way he silenced the critics. That for me is like
Just for the celebration.
That's exactly what I wrote down.
For the celebration.
Yeah. Hey, my hero is Mourinho for doing the after the game before shaking Pochettino's hand. even.
Yeah,
That
but then
is-
goes and shakes it. What's up, homie?
Yeah, what's up, man? I mean, you know I had to do you like that, right?
your 0.
My 0 is definitely Mikel Antonio for costing
Oh
his
my God.
team.
I think that's
two
all of our 0.
valuable
Okay, let me not
points.
speak for people, but your 0, Siobhan, and hero, obviously.
Okay, so my hero, I actually mixed this. So my performance of the week was obviously West Brom. My hero, which is, and I told you, my stuff was really weird today, is actually Rafa Benitez because he's lost only 1 of his last 58 home games. And I think that's insane. Really? And this was his first loss in the last 58 home games. So I think that's why he's my hero. And my 0 is a little bit weird as well. My 0 is daylight savings time because it just means
Fucked
that
up
I
us.
have to wait a whole extra hour to watch football. Okay, now I'm done.
Thank you for putting daylight savings in there. I
You're
would have never have
welcome.
thought about that.
But yeah.
Should I go? Or you want to go?
Go ahead, one.
Hero, Arsene Wenger, 800 games. That's something too. You know, we shit on him a lot, but it's like, that's some legendary shit. That's dope. And he won the game as well.
We
From behind.
We tried to
Zero,
put the best.
Antonio. Like Jesus.
Who? Antonio.
Like, it's not, I don't think there's. That's the zero of every football league, actually.
Antonio. Mikel
Yeah,
Antonio.
Miguel Antonio for me.
So, as I said, my hero, Mourinho, doing the after the game against Tottenham at Old Trafford. And then my zero is Troy Deeney for his run-in with Joe Allen.
The smallest.
Jesus.
I think it's very, very unsportsmanlike. I like that there was retrospective action.
Yeah, 3 games,
And
right?
quick, eh?
And it was quick.
The FA actually do something. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, Wenger also said that when they were saying
Oh,
that.
did he really?
No, when they said England won the under 17s thing, and he said, yeah, it's good that we're blooding youth in,
Yeah.
and he's like, finally we can applaud the FA and do
For
something
something.
right. Yo, bro,
did
like,
you see Danny
damn.
Murphy's comments about the under 17?
No, what did he say?
So if you look at all the pictures, the guys turned their shirts the other way around so that their names were in the photos.
Yeah.
And Danny Murphy's like, is this what we're teaching our youth, to put their names before the badge? Because all the photos of them celebrating is with their names, and none of it's with the English badge.
No,
he's
I think
over-
they do
yeah,
that.
overreacting.
I think he's overreacting.
No,
right?
It's a little,
I think
it's a
why they
little-
do that with the names in the front, so the
It
big
means
clubs,
something.
yo guys,
Yeah, we're
We're
here.
here.
And another
We're
thing,
here.
like,
But
like
that's why he was like, but at that stage, yes, we could see you and whatever. But you want it for your country.
but let's just be
not for
legit. Like,
yourself.
England hasn't done shit.
In a minute,
In a
dude.
while.
But
Yo.
this is the
And
most
I know.
exciting
I would.
thing.
Yeah, this is very
And they
exciting.
won the under 20 World
23,
Cup.
Yes,
under
17,
Under
under
20
20.
World
under
Cup.
20, under 17.
So I
This
think
is big.
Qatar,
Made it to the semis.
2022.
That's pressure.
I don't
No,
know.
I think
all
I don't
all these
know.
I
youth
think
teams that
something's
were
gonna
making
happen.
it to the finals of, they made it to the under 21 European
Yeah.
champion
Yeah.
UEFA. I think all
Went
of
on to
the
go
teams
win.
are going to be Qatar 2022.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know, me, man.
And
I think it's very, very exciting.
and I think
It's-
with-
that's how Germany won.
Exactly. And another thing, like, Murphy needs to chill out. Like, you have to celebrate it. You want to be known as the guys that brought something for England.
Yeah,
It's been a while since England celebrated anything. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Like,
last
so
senior World Cup was before most
Yeah,
people
the-
on earth
like-
were born.
so
for me,
that's-
the most crucial thing is that I hope these clubs will play these players, bro.
they have to.
because no, but they don't have to.
No, I'm
They
saying
don't
if
have to,
these
by the
players
way,
are going to
bro, man.
develop. Remember we were talking about
Yeah, if
yesterday
they're
about
to-
the
but-
stat of players who scored in their teen years, right? We had
Oh,
Fowler, you have Owen, etc. And the latest person in that list is not Martial, sorry, Rashford with 8 goals. Fowler was 38, Owen was like 40 something, and it's Rashford with 8 goals.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So-
saying is that they have to play them.
They
No
have
one has
to.
to do anything.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
one has
true,
to
but
do
it's-
anything.
but I'm
That's
saying
what I'm
for the
trying to say. No
development
one has
of
to
these
do anything.
for the development of these players, then
No
you
one-
know.
I mean, I'm just saying all these coaches
And
are not. they
the
don't
sad
have
thing
to.
is, all of these clubs that should be playing them, they're not there to develop English
Exactly.
science,
No, that's
They're
facts.
English
win.
players.
That's
They're there
facts.
to win.
I'm here to win a Premier
And
League,
that's why
fam.
England won't win a World Cup in
I'm
the next
here to
10,
win a
20.
Premier League, fam. That's it. Like
Yeah.
I think Africa will win a World Cup.
Mali
before
was in the
England.
semi-final, so
Mani was in semi-finals
of the under 19. Was it under 19?
Oh,
Is it under 19? Under
geez, you
17?
Under
getting me?
17.
Under 17, yeah, Mali.
You getting me all worked up?
Yeah,
Oh.
Amachita were in the semi-finals for the
Yeah.
under 23, under 20.
Under
Amachita,
No, but
yeah.
wasn't that CAF? That was the AFCON.
No.
That wasn't the World
it
Cup.
was in the World
It was
Cup.
not. It was not the African.
But I know
it was not the World
definitely-
Cup.
Didn't they
Mali
go
was under
to
17.
Korea?
No, I mean the one that
it
they went
wasn't-
far in the competition.
It was a
African.
CAF. It was
Yeah,
a
wasn't
CAF
It
tournament.
It wasn't a World
Semi-finals.
Cup. When we
They
go to World
qualified
Cup,
for the
man.
World Cup for making it to the semis of the CAF. I
When we
remember
go to
that.
World Cup, we get humbled, bro. Yo, whether it's under 17
It
or
gets
under
lit.
20, we get humbled, bro.
Or
Like,
senior.
yo,
Anyway, week 11 preview. Pardon me. Preview. Stoke at home to Leicester.
Stoke.
Leicester.
Stoke at home.
Yeah, Stoke.
Stoke.
Britannia.
Nah. I say Leicester's gonna win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Leicester as well.
What are you doing?
Huddersfield at home to West Brom.
Huddersfield
Draw.
at home to
Ooh,
West
this one's
Brom.
exciting
This is a
because
draw.
West
It's a
Brom.
draw because
gonna-
West Brom are playing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go West.
they're
I'm gonna
away.
go West Brom.
They want a point.
Hegazi.
I'm gonna go West
Hey
Brom.
Gazi, my Gazi.
Newcastle at home to Bournemouth.
Newcastle ish.
Yeah, something.
Ish. Bournemouth ish.
Newcastle, yeah.
Ish Bournemouth ish.
Newcastle. as well.
Newcastle, definitely.
Newcastle. Southampton at home to Burnley. This is an intriguing game, actually.
It's gonna be
I'm
Burnley.
actually,
Kinda- it's
I'm
gonna
gonna give
tell
this
me
one to
where
Burnley.
Southampton are. Yeah.
Burnley.
Burnley.
Yeah,
I'll give
Burnley.
it to
This
Burnley.
might
as
actually
well.
tell me where Southampton are. I'm gonna go draw. Swansea at home to Brighton.
Yo,
Swansea.
I think it's a draw. Even me, I'm gonna go
Tammy
draw.
Abraham with a brace. My
I'm gonna go
boy.
Swansea as well. West Ham at home to Liverpool.
West Ham at home to Liverpool. Liverpool
Liverpool
win
win.
because they'll score the most goals. More
Yeah,
goals.
Guys,
That's
can
my-
I also
usually
just
why
say
people win.
that's my birthday game, hey?
Is that your birthday or that's your birthday game?
It's my birthday. But like,
So if they lose,
not yet.
but the game plays at 7:30, so you don't have to worry.
I'm at dinner, so I won't be watching. So
Okay, cool.
I have family dinner.
I'm gonna go Liverpool,
I'm gonna go Liverpool.
Liverpool.
I'm
and then the real Super Sunday.
Yes,
Finally a real Super Sunday.
First off, we have a London derby: Spurs and Crystal Palace.
Ish,
Yo, I
sorry,
even
Crystal
forgot
Palace.
that game was there.
Yo, I actually
Tottenham's
gonna
going to
go
win
the
that one
surprise. I'm
comfortably.
say
Yeah,
draw, eh?
Spurs.
Draw. I
I'm
don't
gonna say
think.
draw.
Spurs.
I don't think Crystal Palace pull off a performance
I'ma
back to
say
back.
draw.
Well, they haven't done it
I'm
anyway.
gonna say draw.
I'm gonna go Spurs after beating Madrid.
You can't
At
not
Wembley?
beat
Nah, bro.
Crystal Palace. After beating Madrid, come on.
Crystal Palace.
And then City Arsenal.
I'm going to go City, Vic.
Yeah, I'm gonna go City as well.
Sorry,
I'm,
Shakes.
I'm trying to give. You know, when you're looking at a game, you're like, maybe I don't see the surprise. And I will be genuinely surprised if they pull out something. I
Who,
will
Arsenal?
be surprised. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
me
would
too.
be surprised.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
what
your
I'm saying.
boy
I don't see
Lacazette
it.
can show up, ne?
Nah, that's not this game.
Sure, bro.
Silence. Click, click.
I'm gonna go
I'm just
City.
asking.
You have it.
Hurry up, we need your results.
Okay, sharp. Dude, City's gonna win. Yo, Steve.
Another big game, Chelsea at home to United.
Bro, I've got bad news for you, bro. you are drawing this game, bro.
I'll take a point at Old Trafford, eh?
No, this is
it's not an Old
it's not
Trafford,
an
it's
Old Trafford.
Stamford
Stamford
It's a Stamford Bridge.
I saw it today and I was like, it's actually not at
Nah, bro, that's at the
I'm
bridge.
gonna go with Chelsea win.
You must back your boy keys.
I'm gonna
It's gonna be a
go.
draw.
If N'Golo Kante plays, we're winning. I promise you. I promise you.
I'm gonna go United win.
I'm gonna go
I
United.
really wanna go United.
Draw.
win.
They're gonna draw that game.
I'm gonna
United
go
draw,
United.
which means Chelsea also draw, just saying.
I'm gonna go United win.
I'm gonna go for a draw.
Guys, Chelsea are gonna win. And,
And
then I'm
then-
gonna laugh at all of you.
Oh,
A
boy.
must-win
You're
for
gonna
this
get
club.
humbled, boy.
Everton at home to Watford.
Watford's gonna win.
That's gonna be.
That's
honestly,
a must-win for Everton.
But honestly, that's
Even at
actually
this
Watford,
early
actually.
stage.
That's what.
Can you sack a caretaker?
You can't. Though.
You
you
can't
can't.
again. You take him
Yeah,
back. Go
you
back.
hire
tell
a
him,
coach.
Yeah, you tell him go back.
Yo,
Yeah.
this
Go
is
to the
rough.
under 23s again. Shame.
Cool,
Poor
guys.
Everton
Let's do
guy.
the social media wrap-ups.
You guys can catch me on Twitter at Shakes Rompedi and Instagram at Shakes Rompedi.
Myself, Jude. That's not my handle, but my handle on Instagram and Twitter is at his name is Jude.
What a champ.
I'm just at Siobhan Chetty, CHERVON.
Not Chevron.
Everybody go. That's the first thing I typed out when the first time we had an interaction.
Chevron.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, please, it's not Chevron. The R is before the V. It's Siobhan. So, yeah. And then I will be tweeting out the awful picture of Roy Hodgson celebrating.
Please do. So that is the Born Free podcast. Hashtag Kicking Balls 11.
12.
11.
11.
Let's say 11 and a half.
11 and a half.
Okay, we need to start getting this counting thing right.
Not really.
That's for grade
But
ones.
yeah.
That's for grade one. Like.
Why? Because 2 plus 2?
It's 3.
It's 4. Oh, yo,
Plus 1. 4 equals 4. Quick math.
guys, please
That's
apologize.
not hot.
Please
That's not hot.
apologize. I apologize for our host.
No, it's nothing to
I
apologize.
really do apologize for our host.
I feel like our audience knows we can't count.
Yeah,
so.
I think I apologize for our
Also,
host.
just so you guys know, that the whole night I had to listen to this. 2 plus 2 is 4. Math's not hot. The whole night.
If our audience know one thing that we can't count. Okay, football is done. Bye.
Bye.